Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Saturday, November 12, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. The Nets have been wildly inconsistent this season. Kyrie Irving remains out of action, and the squad is relying on Kevin Durant quite heavily. Ben Simmons has only played a total of 8 minutes in his last 2 games as he returns from a back injury. Furthermore, the Clippers are hot, winning 5 out of their last 6 games, propelled by stellar defensive play. They beat the 8-2 Cavaliers and followed with a dominating win against the Lakers on Thursday. The Clippers are the much better defensive squad. They are only allowing 105.4 points per 100 possessions, compared to 107.4 from the Nets. The Nets have only averaged 101 points in last 3 games. Take the Los Angeles Clippers -2 points. The Clippers have been a dominant defensive club to open the year, which is the reason why they have a 7-5 record. Unfortunately, without Kawhi in the lineup and John Wall missing some maintenance games, they are not putting up nearly enough points. Entering this matchup with the Nets, they are dead last in the league in points, typically slowing the game down to a slow grind, which helps them compete late in games. I anticipate them having problems containing Kevin Durant in this game, but they will do enough to keep it low scoring. Both teams rank in the bottom third in pace entering this game, so I do not believe we will see a high scoring affair, even if John Wall plays. Take the under here. Washington Wizards vs Utah Jazz. Utah was expected to take a big step back this season after losing Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell in the offseason, but that has not been the case. The Jazz have not lost consecutive games all season and have only suffered 3 setbacks. They lost to Dallas on the road in their first game this month before rattling off consecutive wins over the Lakers, twice, Clippers and Hawks since then. Utah is amid a stretch of 6 road games in a 7-game stretch, with a lone home game being a 139-116 win over the Lakers on Monday. The Jazz have been underdogs in every game outside of their home win over the Lakers in their last 8 contests. Utah is virtually unfadable until something changes, as the Jazz have now covered the spread in 7 consecutive games and are not dealing with any injuries. They have covered in 6 of their last 8 road games as well, so I am happy to back them on Saturday night. Washington is without its leading scorer and has only covered the spread once in its last 6 home games against Utah. Kuzma stepped up with a nice performance earlier this week, but the Jazz have too many scoring options for Washington's depleted lineup to deal with. Take the Utah +1 points. Utah blew a 15-point lead but bounced back late on the shooting of Lauri Markkanen as they were victorious over the Atlanta Hawks on the road Wednesday. Jordan Clarkson had 23 points, his 5th straight game with at least 20, to give the Western Conference leading Jazz their 4th straight win. Malik Beasley added 18 points, but it was Lauri Markkanen's season-high 32 points that set the tone for the Jazz. They made 17 threes in the win. "That's kind of our thing," said Markkanen after the game, who went 6 of 8 from long range. "We keep the ball popping and everybody is having fun. Just keep having fun. Keep knocking them down." After giving up a big lead, the Jazz opened up the 4th quarter on a 10-2 run to relinquish the lead. Playing without Bradley Beal and Kristaps Porzingis, the Washington Wizards relied on Kyle Kuzma's hot hand to win a 113-105 game at home against the Dallas Mavericks Thursday. Kuzma finished with 36 points, while Rui Hachimura chipped in 23. The Wizards fell behind 22-8 but quickly overcame that and eventually pulled away thanks to a barrage of 3-pointers by Kuzma early in the 4th. "It's a character win, it's a gutsy win, however, you want to characterize it," Coach Wes Unseld Jr. said after the game to Associated Press reporters. "Never ideal to be down a few players, especially 2 guys that really do a lot for you offensively. The aforementioned Jazz have been red hot to open the year. They lead the NBA in points per game while shooting the three ball at a 37.6% clip. Washington, on the other hand, is second last in points per contest. That has a lot to do with their pace of play, which ranks near the bottom of the league. With that said, I expect this to be a lower scoring grind of a game after Kyle Kuzma unloaded last time out and the Jazz shot 50% against Atlanta. Both clubs will suffer a bit of a cool down here, and I expect this game to go well under the inflated total. The total number has gone under in 9 of Atlanta's last 12 games facing Eastern Conference foes. Take the under here. Detroit Pistons vs Boston Celtics. The Celtics have played well since losing to Cleveland at home several weeks ago. Boston has won 5 of 6 since being defeated by the Cavs in overtime. The key to the Celtics' recent winning streak has been their offense. Boston has scored 123 points or more in 3 of their last 4 games. Still, the Celtics' defense has been inconsistent this year, even during the team's recent winning streak. Boston has also benefited from a weak schedule. The Celtics are 8-3 despite losing to Cleveland twice, the best team Boston has faced so far this season. The Celtics' offense has looked good, but Boston's defense hasn't looked as strong with Udoka no longer the head coach. The Pistons are rebuilding. Detroit came into this season with one of the youngest teams in the league, and Pistons have struggled so far this year, winning just 3 of their first 11 games. Detroit's biggest problem has been defense. The Pistons haven't had rim protection or good interior defense most of the year, and Detroit has struggled to defend the perimeter as well. The Pistons' offense has been decent at times, with Cade Cunningham playing better over the last several weeks, but Detroit is still struggling on defense. The Celtics have cleaned up all year against weaker teams such as Detroit, and the Pistons haven't been able to defend all year. The Pistons prefer to play fast, and Boston is at their best in the open court. The Celtics are in good form right now. They've been playing very good since their loss on the road to Cleveland, and Tatum is having one of his best seasons so far. Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham are still adjusting to playing together, and the Pistons don't have a rim protector to cover up their bad perimeter defense. The Celtics' defensive issues also shouldn't be an issue in this game, since Detroit is not a top offensive team. Take Boston Celtics minus 9.5 points. The Boston Celtics are averaging 118.7 points on 48.3% shooting and allowing 114.2 points on 46.5% shooting. Jason Tatum is averaging 31.2 points and 6.9 rebounds, while Jaylen Brown is averaging 25.4 points and 2.8 assists. Malcolm Brogdon is the third double-digit scorer, and Marcus Smart is grabbing 3.5 rebounds. The Boston Celtics are shooting 38.8% from beyond the arc and 84.7% from the free throw line. The Boston Celtics are allowing 35.1% shooting from deep and are grabbing 41.4 rebounds per game. The Detroit Pistons are averaging 108.1 points on 42.5% shooting and allowing 118.3 points on 48.5% shooting. Cade Cunningham is averaging 19.9 points and 6.2 rebounds, while Bojan Bogdanovic is averaging 19.3 points and 1.7 assists. Saddiq Bey is the third double-digit scorer, and Jaden Ivey is grabbing 5.4 rebounds. The Detroit Pistons are shooting 32.7% from beyond the arc and 78.4% from the free throw line. The Detroit Pistons are allowing 34.9% shooting from deep and are grabbing 44.3 rebounds per game. Both these teams have been inconsistent defensively this season. Boston ranks 21st in tempo, while Detroit ranks 13th in tempo, but the Pistons have also been playing faster recently with Ivey back in the lineup. Both teams prefer to play smaller and faster lineups. Neither team plays a traditional center, with Boston having Horford at the 5 right now with Robert Williams still out, and Detroit playing Isaiah Stewart at the 5 for a significant amount of minutes. Boston hasn't looked the same defensively without Williams, and Detroit has struggled to defend all year. This should be a wide open and higher scoring game. Take the over.